Hi, my name is Peter Kaczynski. I work for a company called MaxScheduler. We're continuing with our web series for manufacturers and printers about software challenges they face in their business. We want to share our experiences. MaxScheduler is a scheduling software business. We've been in the business for 15 years. We've helped companies schedule around 300 million tasks. Myself, I'm a scheduling expert and a product manager. My LinkedIn profile is there. Our chapter today is about enterprise basics. Just as a review, most companies start off with an accounting system as their first software system. You can get into an accounting system for relatively cheap, a few $100. They're pretty high quality systems that you get for the amount, and it'll cover your most complex requirement, which is keeping on top of financial information, accounts receivables, accounts payables, a customer list, jobs, etc. As the business grows, you'll find that an accounting system will not track all the information that you need. You need a piece of software that'll perhaps dig a little deeper or track more details than a typical accounting system. This is where the idea or the seeds is planted for considering to get an enterprise system. The big value between enterprise software is that everything is kept in one place. In contrast to having multiple systems that are siloed, and you need to figure out how to make each system talk to each other, or start doing double entry. And synchronizing systems is very painful and very expensive. Today we're going to be getting into three main types of enterprise software: MRP, WMS, ERP. MRP stands for Manufacturing Resource Planning, or material requirements planning. It's built for manufacturers. I kind of classify a manufacturer as someone who starts off with a raw good or raw goods, puts them through some type of software process, and comes up with a new good. The main value between MRP software is you kind of feed in a bunch of information. For example, you feed in products and details about what it takes to make that product. For example, that product may have routing information or material requirements, inventory requirements, what raw materials need to go into what raw materials are needed to go into that product, how much of those raw materials, what machines does that product need to go through, perhaps what experts are needed to work on that product to make the final good, and things like that. Once you put all that meta information there, and also one other thing you need to put in there, which is the important one, your sales. You have commitments to customers to deliver X amount of goods by some due date. You put all that information in an MRP system, then you kind of hit a button, and the MRP system will flush back the requirements and say, hey, you're doing a pretty good job. You've met 80%. Based on all the due dates and your commitments to customers, you can achieve it with 80%. 80% you're good, 20% you'll miss, and here's why you'll miss 20%. For example, you might be short on inventory, short on staffing, etc., etc. Or you can do it, but you'll miss the due dates, etc. The next type of enterprise software I'll get into is WMS, Warehouse Management System. This is software built mostly for physical distribution businesses. These are businesses that basically take in, goods from other suppliers, store them, perhaps a little bit of value add, and then sell them to either other businesses or end consumers. Now you may think, well, why is it really complex software? If I just have a good and there's a quantity and I store it there, or I store it in a location, why does that become complex software? Why is that enterprise software? Well, the complexity comes from in a significantly or a moderately sized warehouse, say 10,000 square feet. I've worked in places that are 1 million square feet. You'll have one SKU. A SKU is called a stock keeping unit. Let's take an example of a pack of gum. A pack of gum is one stock keeping unit. You can store that gum in multiple forms. It can be a single, the thing you buy at the grocery store, or there can be a box of gum that can be purchased by the store itself, or there could be a pallet of boxes of gum. So the complexity comes in that the one SKU can be in different forms, and also those different forms are stored in different places within the warehouse. If you want to be able to pick individual packs of gum, that's where they call them pick faces, where people can walk by and easily have access to individual packs of gum. If they need to go to get a box of gum, they have to go to another location. And then way in the back of the warehouse, if you need a pallet of gum, it's way in the back. You need to go get there. So warehouse manage and give you an idea, you know, a retail or a distribution business might have, 20,000 SKUs. So if there's 5 forms of that product and 20,000 SKUs in different types of locations, and then it's all fluid. The inventory levels of all this stuff is changing dynamically. So it's networked software that helps you keep on top of it, using like scanner guns and things like that. So this is why it turns into enterprise software. If large retailers like Target or Walmart, they have significantly complex warehouse management systems to keep on top of the goods as they flow through the business. And one of the key goals about a distribution business is you do not want stuff sitting on the shelves because you're losing money. If it's not, you want everything to be moving through quickly. Some of the answers or some of the questions that are answered by a warehouse management system is where is product X and how much of X do I have? And yes. The last type of enterprise system is kind of the big one or the largest one you can get, which is ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. This isn't really kind of one piece of software. It's really an umbrella of a whole bunch of different modules. The largest companies in the world, if they have one software system to track all their details, it's an ERP system. Names like SAP or Oracle. These are the guys, or these are why these companies are so big, because they have a piece of software with many modules that can store all the information needed to run, multi-billion-dollar businesses. And the modules within these ERP products will be, one of them will be accounting, another part will be inventory. Like an ERP system will have warehouse management software within it, MRP software. You'll have information to track HR, payroll, customer data, CRM, and the list goes on and on and on. I recently heard of an ERP system that had 350 modules. And one of the interesting things about enterprise software, just as a thought, there's a huge range of pricing for these products. I've seen MRP systems that could be sold at an entry point of a few $100s, and they can go way north of that to many, many millions. So that's the end of this chapter. Thank you for your time. If you have any comments, questions, please get in touch. Or if you have interest in MaxScheduler, the scheduling software, please reach out to us through MaxScheduler.com. Have a good day.